What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a phenomenal week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Cancer. And keeps us growing. Just looking at you, Cancer. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. Yeah. That's like every Cancer. But with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so y'all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, I'm just ready to dance, Cancer. Let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. So I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we'll get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Thank you. And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that are like watching Cancer, so definitely check them out. Ooh. Serving up word salad and Mercury retrograde is over. Alright, but yeah, definitely check them out, Cancer. Let's get to your first card here, Cancer. Alright, thank you. So you've got this is an interesting card, Cancer. So you got the 6th card of Virgos here, which is the sap card. And with this card, this is a card of resources, needed materials, flow, wealth, essence of life, spring, blood, nourishment, sweetness, energy, vitality, grounded, roots, abundant, physical health, and life force. Oh, we got a couple energies coming through here, Cancer. So one of them is energy, and the other is life force. And Cancer, I feel like considering that this is, when it's talking about this sap card, I feel like it's really kind of paying attention to one, where we are kind of channeling our energies. Is it something where when we're doing, let's say, either like a certain maybe routine or like a certain habit or a certain I'm even thinking like of a working situation, even like relationships and things, just something like paying attention to your day to day and see if the energy that you're putting out is the same, is feeding your life force as well. Because I feel like there's been a lot of energies of that sort of like, well, not a lot, but I feel like there has been 6 of Pentacles have been kind of popping in my head over the last few weeks. And it does feel like that we are trying to find this sense of balance, or maybe there has been this question of noticing how something can leave you so drained afterwards. And it's just like, what is that? Why is it that something, why is it that that's happening? And seeing if we can make those adjustments to, because again, this could be maybe we're noticing something that we're eating, and it's just like, it's just like it could be something that's kind of sapping our life. And keep in mind, Cancer, this isn't medical advice or anything, but I'm just getting in my head that there's this, you have this abundance of life force here, Cancer. We have this journey and these missions and these dreams and desires that we want to fulfill, but we want to make sure that our actions are lining up with the intentions that we're setting. And if we're noticing this resistance and things along those lines, is what can we do to adjust that, Cancer? But let me get some tarot on this and get some details. What's up, girl? Thank you. Alright, Cancer, see what's going on here. Interesting. Alright, Cancer. So you have the Nine of Swords, the Princess of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and then the Magus card here, the Magician. And let's talk about this. Oh, she can hardly contain herself. Let's talk about the Princess of Wands. Because the Princess of Wands is one that does have, I mean, look at her. She's just excited about life. She does have this sort of boundless energy, you know? But I feel that I almost feel like for some, it's like I'm getting this energy of that maybe for some, it's like maybe we're getting, it's like we've been manifesting things as of late. You know, maybe we've been trying to maybe start like maybe putting like, for example, maybe looking for a new job, for example, or maybe putting energies into a new relationship, or maybe even trying to change like our living situations. And there's been this energy of, and it really just sort of pouring things out there. But with the Nine of Swords here, it feels like that we're meeting this sort of resistance, or that, you know, as we start to manifest this stuff, it's not quite what we thought it was going to be. And now with the Queen of Swords being here, there's like this need to kind of like, I don't know, kind of like sit back and kind of reevaluate where we're putting our energies, kind of see things. Did you see well, I was gonna say perched. The Queen of Swords does not perch. How she's throned here on these clouds. And I feel like it's seeing things from a higher perspective here. Kind of maybe for some we've been kind of like over. I don't know. It's like I'm even getting this sort of like overthinking energy, possibly. You know, it's just like we've been. And it even feels like with this Nine of Swords that maybe there's been this kind of like anxious energy or something like that. You know, Nine of Swords can be a pretty heavy card. And, you know, with it being Mars and Gemini, you know, Mars is how we take action. It's our drive. And it feels that it's with Gemini energy, it can be one where it is very quick, very smart energy. Sometimes I feel like when the twins aren't on the same page, it can be all over the place. I had a Gemini moon, so yeah. But I am getting this energy of just really kind of seeing what we are, you know, like it's like paying attention, that kind of like I'm getting like a justice vibe, you know, paying attention to that kind of cause and effect, seeing what we are trying to create here. And if we're noticing this resistance, or if we're noticing that something is like, I don't know, something is taking more from us than, and adjustments needing to be done here, Cancer, with the Magus card. But let me get a little bit more on that. Thank you. Cancer. Ooh, interesting, Cancer. Alright, Cancer. So the Magus card is clarified by the Six of Cups, the Seven of Disc, and then the Sun here. And with the Seven of Disc here, you know, this is a pretty intense card in this deck too. You know, can be a card of failure, but it's a card of like investments as well. And I feel like that, you know, maybe in the past we had this idea of, you know, what would kind of make us happy. You know, we went with this like this vivacity or something like that. This real kind of it's this drive that I'm feeling, or this excitement. You know, it's like, okay, we're gonna do this thing and things are gonna change for the better. But it seems like, I don't know, like maybe for some we've just been maybe kind of hitting a roadblock, or maybe there's this need to kind of, I'm almost getting a feeling of just like slowing down and just kind of reevaluating what happened, not necessarily what happiness, or I don't know, paying attention to like what we learned from this situation. If you've been, yeah, very interesting energy here, Cancer. Yeah, hopefully that made sense. All right, let's get another oracle on the mix. Interesting, Cancer. So you got the seventh card of Taurus here, which is the eyeglasses card. And with this card, this is a card of assessment, evaluate options, perspective, review, analyze, opinion, judgment, examine, seeing clearly, the fine print, estimate, closer look, focus, awareness, and check the details. And the energy that's coming through here, Cancer, is that perspective. And that's kind of what I feel too, Cancer, with this energy. It seems like that maybe for some we might be kind of trapped in this. I don't know, like maybe it's like, or at least it feels like we're trapped in this sort of like, not an ideal situation. This Nine of Swords is giving me even like, just like, I don't know, like, because it can also be a card of like, again, being kind of stuck in a nightmare, just feeling that like, no matter what actions we take, it's the same type of loop here. And I feel like this, like, I'm almost getting like kind of like Hanged Man energy coming through here. It's just like, if there's something here that's taking away from your energy or your sunlight here, then it's like, what can we do to manifest this thing? What can we do to manifest like change? Maybe for some we do feel, I don't know, this sort of stuck energy, and like this Princess of Wands is starting to lose that enthusiasm. It's just like it's starting that it's that's an interesting place for my girl to be. It's like a fire is kind of like it's starting to diminish here, Cancer. That's interesting. Let me get some tarot on this, because we want to be mindful of that, Cancer. The thing with the Nine of Swords too, and I'm thinking with the Queen of Swords, and just like, because the swords deal with our thoughts, and if we get kind of caught up in that loop of where, this almost like hopelessness, then that's going to keep us in that energy, until we change that mindset, until we see from a higher perspective here. And I'm not sure. Well, let's see. Let me get some tarot on this, Cancer. Thank you. Interesting, Cancer. All right, so you have the Princess of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Devil, and the Eight of Disc here. And I feel like for some, there's this other energy of kind of paying attention to where we're giving our energies to as well. Like it's like maybe but the Two of Swords and the Devil being here, it's like we've been sort of like, it's like we know something isn't right for us, and it's like we're kind of like on this, like, not like, we're almost like on the fence of like making a move, of like removing ourselves from maybe like a toxic situation or something, again, that's like lowering our vibration, giving more of our power to something is than than is needed. But it seems like it's something that maybe it's become ingrained, possibly it's become sort of this routine, and we don't want to get maybe out of this comfort zone possibly here. Very interesting. Let me get a little bit more on this Eight of Disc here, Cancer. Because the Princess of Cups is the type that she'll give and she'll give and she'll give, and we want to be where, again, I get that. Let me see what else is going on here, Cancer. A lot of getting a lot of swords here, Cancer, because the Eight of Disc is clarified by the the Four of Swords, and then the Ten of Swords. And it almost feels like with this energy that there's a need to kind of make amends with, like, or kind of come to terms with that something may not be as conducive to our health and to our growth and to our energies and things as we realize. It's starting to lead us, it's starting to take us further and further away from our sunlight, starting to dig ourselves into this hole. And because even again, even like with the, because it's like the Four of Swords and like the Nine of Swords again are giving me this sort of anxious energy. It's like we know that something is needing to change, that we're getting possibly to this place of, I don't know, it's like of burnout in a sense, or, and I'm not sure if this is like a work situation, Cancer. Maybe this is something to deal with, like with a relationship, possibly. Take that as it resonates. But I do feel like if this is something we've been wrestling with for a while, that there's a need to kind of pause and to kind of reassess, to think from a different perspective. Because at the rate we're going, I do feel like that higher stuff is going to pull kind of a hanged man situation where it's going to kind of force us to stop for a second. Things are going to start piling up in a way. But there's something to think about there, Cancer. And let's get your last oracle card. Oh, okay, I'm with it. Thank you. A little Capricorn energy. Let's a little more for the win. So Cancer, you got the first card of Capricorns, which is Tools card. And with this card, this is a card of practical abilities, resources, has what it takes, application, build it, fix it, organization, help someone, task at hand, well prepared, equipment, get stuff done, and masculinity. And the energy that's coming through here, Cancer, is to fix it. And that's kind of, and maybe for some, it's like, we know that we need to fix this situation, but again, maybe it feels like that we're not quite sure how to go about that yet. Maybe we feel like we don't have the tools in order to do that. We're kind of feeling the sense of, again, it's like that sense of helplessness. Kind of like Eight of Swords even type of energy, where it's not that I feel like we can't figure it out, Cancer, but it may be something that it's requiring a little more work here than we had anticipated, or there's this level of patience that might be needed as well in order to get things to where where we're working towards that, again, that sunlight. And I feel like it may be one of those things that we do, because even with like all this going on, with the sun being here, it does kind of brighten things up, because I feel like there's this epiphany, or is this realization, but there still may be this, that doesn't make it any better, when we do, even though we do have eyes on it, and when you do need to, again, kind of, because even with Capricorn energy, theirs is a type, I always tell them their energy is kind of a slow burn. It's one that, you do need that patience and that tenacity in order to power through, but you do have the resources too. And Cancer, just as resilient as Capricorn is, we are too. To be the nurturers and to be the mothers of the zodiac. But I feel like sometimes it's maybe a little harder for us than it is for Capricorn, because they have that ability to kind of set their emotions aside. And it's not that we can't, but it still doesn't. It's tougher for us, I feel, and I feel like that the nice thing about our feelings, though, is that when we do notice that things are off, we're a little more sensitive to that, I feel like, than maybe Capricorn may be. And it's something where, and we can learn a lot from our opposite signs, but we can take that to our advantage. We can combine that tenacity and that patience of Capricorn and use those feelings as fuel to kind of figure out. But I do feel like there is that balance, though, Cancer. It's like, because sometimes we can be maybe so fixated or so driven for something that we can, I don't know, it can eventually get to this reactive state. So we do want to be mindful of that. But Let me get a little bit more on this kind of fix it energy, Cancer, because I do feel like that it's just like a maybe there's a doubt that we won't be able to fix this thing, or it's like we know we can, but it's not as fast as you would like it, and again that can be frustrating. But let's see what's going on here. Huh? Love that. All right, let's see what's going on here, Cancer. Oh, oh, all of this, Cancer. Look at that, all this Earth energy. All right, Cancer. So you have the Two of Disc, the Ace of Disc, the Princess of Disc, and then the Prince of Disc here, Cancer. Man, and let's switch back over, because that's a lot of grounded energy, and maybe that's something that needs to happen, Cancer. It's just like I feel that maybe with it almost feels like maybe with this Two of Discs, it's like we're trying to force this thing back into harmony here, and I feel like there is a way to adjust things, Cancer, and get things grounded. But again, we're going to need to be patient with the Prince of Disc, and kind of really sort of maybe this is something where we, as far as a fix it, it's just like we need to kind of pause and reevaluate our game plan here with him and see where we're pouring our energies to. Because you see this, I love talking about the Princess of Disc. It's like she's pouring her energy into the ground here and trying to bring life to this barren forest here. But I don't know, it's like a mixed, Cancer. I feel like for some it's like we're trying to get out of this situation, but I feel like for others it's like we're trying to force something to work, but it doesn't seem to. If you're noticing that no matter how much you give, you're not getting that life back or that life force, and it's just something that is draining you, then there is something that does need to change. You know, this is an that's like this Ace of Disc is like giving me this like giving me this energy of like of yeah of like I don't know, it's like of needing to shift. I don't know where we're focusing, or like but yeah, Cancer, definitely hmm interesting. But yeah, something I feel like it's something to, yes, I think I'm gonna kind of pull out of that there, Cancer. Very but yeah, I hope that made sense. If hmm. But if anything resonated with you, Cancer, give it a thumbs up. And share this, Cancer, if you know someone who's been, I don't know, if like either feeling kind of stuck in a situation, or it's like just trying to, I don't know, it's like trying to fix something up here, Cancer. I don't know, it's like where we're putting, it's like how we're channeling our energy feels really, I was gonna say aggressive, but not even quite that. More kind of desperate, maybe even. I'm not quite sure what that is, but and then I'm about to get back into your reading. But if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that bell button, get notified when I release videos each week. And then last thing, Cancer. I don't know if you've heard, but I've created a whole other channel for you, just for you, Cancer. My sun signs in Cancer, but it's called the Chariot and Friends. So definitely check that out. It's I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans. You can meet Rhonda. It's a great old time, Cancer. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here. Lunar shenanigans. Pisces. You got the moon here, Cancer. And I feel that with the moon being here, I don't know, Cancer. It feels like that there's this energy of wanting to. it's like we're trying to fix something so that things can feel a little bit brighter. It's like we're trying to make this sunlight, this happiness, this. Could you see how this little scarab beetle here? He's carrying the sun, and the moon is just a reflection of the sun's light. But it just feels like that we're in sort of this. I don't know. It's just like it's how do I explain this? It almost feels like we're in this new moon phase, Cancer, where it's just like our light isn't shining right now. It's like we're trying to. I don't know. It's like we're trying to reevaluate where we're putting our energies and trying to see things clearly. Because even thinking about the new moon energy, it is like planting a seed here. Ace of Disc, and manifesting, and you're manifesting. Whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, but I wish I had better words for this, Cancer, but something feels elusive, or it's just like we kind of maybe we feel like we're in this sort of this fog or something along those lines, Cancer. But let me get your oracle card so I can get you out of here. All right, Cancer. Interesting. So you got the 12th card here, which is a change in the wind. And that's interesting. I was talking about that, Cancer, because the 12th card in the tarot, that's Hanged Man energy. And I do feel like that there is a change that is coming, or it's just like we notice that it's like we know that there's something that's going to happen, or that we're going to be able to, that the energy's shifting, or we're trying to get something to go, but it's just like we're not sure where that wind is kind of facing here. It's like your compass. I don't know if you can see that at the top here, that north and south there, but it's like the wind. It's like our compass is just sort of spinning all over the place, and it's just like what is that? It's just like we're trying to throw the energies and kind of, I don't know, trying to intuit where we're supposed to be, but yeah, I'm not. That's interesting, Cancer, but I do feel like that there are some changes coming. That balance is going to be, because I was just talking with someone about this, that I'm not. Oh, and wow, Cancer, just a sidebar, and I can't believe I didn't notice that earlier. With your oracle cards, you got all of the earth signs. You got Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And so stay grounded, Cancer. And I feel like that there's a need to maybe just kind of, maybe right now, maybe do some meditation, or do something where you're kind of reconnecting with the earth, because maybe there's some clarity there. Really kind of feel where the winds are. Listen to nature even communicate with you, possibly, and feel where that's going there, Cancer. All right, but I think I'm gonna leave that there. So you stay safe out there, Cancer, with all these changes, and just begin paying attention to where your energies are going. Maybe seeing if there are any sort of like like maybe some situations that or toxic situations that are taking from your energies, or you raise your vibration to the roof there, Cancer, because that's a lot to think about. It seems very interesting. And I will catch you, hopefully soon, on the next one. Actually, yeah, Cancer, I'm gonna see you on the Chariot and Friends tomorrow.